Happy 2026. I know this is not my first official live of 2026, but I had to come back and talk to you guys because if y'all don't know, I just came off of the spectacular soiree for Virgin Voyages for making top 100. So I had to come in and talk to you guys and tell you all about it. Welcome in if you just joined it. I'm going to pull up my chat here on the computer. Hopefully a couple of you guys join me in a second because I have some really big news to share with you guys. Y'all know I cannot hold water. So holding this secret for the 2-3 days I've been holding it has been very difficult. But I held it just so I can come and tell you guys because I feel like y'all are the fam. Y'all have to know the secret first. So getting ready to talk about it. Talk about what happened at Top 100 Soiree and just see how you guys are doing. Happy New Year. Thanks for joining. Welcome in. Welcome in. Also, if you are catching the replay, be sure to type Team Replay in the description, in the chat, and let me know where you are checking in from. I love to know where you guys are checking in from. And also, let's make it fun for 2026. Let me know what your 2026 goal is. One of mine for now is I want to master swimming. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, I shared, I guess the year before last, that I was starting to take swim lessons and trying to learn how to swim. So I have picked that back up and my goal is to master it this year because if you don't know, I am hosting 2 different Friendsgiving group cruises in November. One of them we are going to St. Lucia and I'm planning on us doing an excursion that involves a catamaran and I would love to be able to jump off the catamaran and jump into the ocean. So that's my goal. I have to master swimming by November. So that's my big goal for 2026. But let me know what you guys are hoping to achieve this upcoming year. And let me know how your year is starting out. Just a second. I don't know why the live is not showing. I'm on my own page and I can't get the live to show because I'm trying to see the chat and I can't see it as of yet. So hold on, y'all. Technical difficulties, but what's new? We always have them over here. My page be tripping, y'all. Maybe I usually can see the chat here as well, but for some reason, it's just not showing on here. So yeah, y'all, give me just a second. And as y'all can hear, I'm still hoarse. The weather just keeps going back and forth here in Atlanta. So I was just in Key West in Bimini, Bahamas, y'all. It had to be a good 80, 90 degrees. It was nice and warm. As soon as I landed in Atlanta on Sunday, I was like, it is so freaking cold. They said it's going to feel like 11 degrees at some point this week. But when I left here, it was like 70 degrees. So it was not like this. So that's why my voice just cannot seem to catch up. Hey, Dabney Cooper, welcome in. Get clients for my independent living home in Columbus, Georgia. So that's your goal for 2026. Well, thank you for welcoming in. Thank you for joining. Welcome in. And I hope to send you some good vibes for meeting those goals for the year. All right, we finally got the chat working. So now I can see it. So that one popped up really quick and disappeared. But now I can see everything. All right, guys. So as far as top 100, I know it's a little early in the day, so some of you guys may be still getting off from work and just getting adjusted and getting dinner and everything. So I'll just go ahead and start kind of recapping and talking about what happened on this sailing. So if you don't know, Virgin Voyages does like an entire count for the year that basically runs from November 1st of the previous year to October 31st of the next year. Hey, Shan, TK78, welcome in. Thanks for joining. So they do this count, and basically the top 100 travel agents that have the most bookings, they invite them out to a sailing where they wine and dine them. They have events, and they do some of everything. It is just like such a whole thing. So I have been trying to achieve this for an entire year. I was very intentional about wanting to only book clients on Virgin Voyages just because I really like it. And I took kind of the mindset of jack of all trades, master of none. So I wanted to really master sailing Virgin Voyages. And it's the one I love. I love to bring you guys on it. I think it's very different from other cruise lines. So I didn't have a problem with only sailing Virgin Voyages and being sure to like take all of my trainings and stay on top of everything I needed to know. So of course, I booked a lot of you guys for Friendsgiving last year. We had an amazing time going to goodness, my brain. Where we go? Grand Turk in Bimini, Bahamas. I booked clients just all over the place. I had people that went to just about every itinerary that Virgin offered. So once we got down to November 1st, it was kind of like a new year for us and a new beginning. And so they ended up making like a funny kind of announcement about the fact that we had won this thing, and it moved quickly. So we found out that we actually won or were in that top 100 about November 15th. This sailing just took place January 7th. So very quick turnaround. And of course, I've been extremely excited about it. So with the sailing, they invite you out. You can bring a guest. Of course, they pay for your cruise for you, give you a little bit of money to spend on board, which is great. Give you a little bit of money to spend on drinks, which you honestly don't need, because every freaking day they were having cocktail hours and events for us to come to. So some of the things I did not make it to, and I'll tell you guys why in a second here, but they had a 5K one morning where you just go with like the other first mates is what they call us as travel agents, as well as your sales managers. So each of us in different cities, we have sales managers. So it was us and them doing like the 5K. Well, they did the 5K because I was not getting up to run in the morning. So there was that. They also had an event on the beach where it was kind of like a tug of war or battle against teams. They had a like meeting kind of cocktail mixer the first night. So we got to meet like the CEO and some of the other leadership for Virgin Voyages. And it was just like a private event. And they had like the waiters walking around with the little dishes and stuff. And it was not the food that you typically get on Virgin Voyages. So they had like little hors d'oeuvres for you to get. They had champagne just flowing, just all the champagne you could want, the amazing sangria, and they rented out kind of like that athletic deck area. So we did that the first day. The next day we had our only sea day, because this was only 4 nights. So we had our only sea day, and they had like some kind of, that's the morning they did the 5K. And later on in the evening, they had kind of a meetup. And then the next day they did like an award ceremony. So they gave out a couple of awards for people that are really, I guess, kind of like entrenched and really believe in the Virgin brand, and that they feel do a really good job of promoting, as well as they announced who the top 10 agents were. Now, I was not a top 10 agent. Still grateful to be there, but they named those top 10 agents, which was amazing. Let them come up on stage. We dressed up. It was a whole amazing thing. And then last but not least, we went to Bimini, and that's where they kind of did the tug of war and all of that stuff. So really, really great, like events every single day, which for me was good, but I had my mom with me. So that's one of the reasons why certain events I didn't do. And this was her first vacation in over 30 years. So I wanted her to get to come and have a good time and get a feel for the Virgin brand also. So being that this was my vacation, I set out some of the team events. I went where I could and just kind of mixed and mingled. But for the most part, I really spent this vacation with my mom. And it was so amazing because this meant the world to her. Like, I wish that she would be willing to share her own words. But when I started off being introverted, I don't even say I'm introverted anymore because I be talking to y'all too much. So I don't think I can get away with saying it. But my mom is actually very introverted. She was very much like, are you really going to keep recording me with that camera? And I was like, absolutely. Like, I might not share it on social media, but I want these memories. And you're going to want to see these when you get home. Everything, like every time we would do something, she would be like, get this picture for your daddy. Get this picture for your daddy. And I'm like, girl, why don't you enjoy this trip? You talking about me with my camera and pictures, but she wanted to like share pictures with my dad back at home. She called my brother and my sister every day. You all know Brittany. If you don't know, I have a brother also. I'm the oldest. So every day she had to call all of them and give them a rundown of what she was doing, which was hilarious. But she had a really good time, and I really enjoyed getting to spend that time with her. Let me look at the chat here. Hey, Victoria. Hola, hola. Welcome in. Engine 9. Oh, engine number 9. I know, I get that one. I got that. Welcome in from Columbus, Ohio. Lynn Bakes. Hey, girl. I have not seen you here in a minute. Yes, we had so much fun on this trip. Like, the way that woman was like so excited about everything. Because y'all know, I have done now, I actually have lost count, but I'm probably somewhere in like the 20 range of cruises that I've done. I see the ocean every 2 to 3 months. But the fact that my mom lives in Memphis and had not seen the ocean in you know, over 30 years, or even just getting to walk in it or see the sunrise over the ocean. Like, those were the moments that meant so much to me and that she had such a good time with. And so for her, it was like being with a child for me, because I'm watching her just get excited about everything. And I talked about on my other live, that's what I really love about bringing you guys with me on the cruises and my group cruise, because to you all, everything is so exciting. Like, I love it, but I just could never recreate that excitement of experiencing it for the first time for myself again, because I've done it so much. So really, really good time. Nicole said, I know one of your goals for next year is to get a new top 100 rope. Nicole, you sure know it. So let's talk about that part of it. So I'm glad you brought up my rope, because the only reason I'm not in it is because I did not want to have to flash y'all while I'm here on live. So I'm in my other robe. I actually bought my mom one of these in purple so that we could match, because y'all know I love a good robe. My mama never did take a picture with me in her robe. So I got pictures in mine. She ain't getting none of hers. But the only reason I'm not in my robe is because I'm on here with y'all. But in addition to the events and everything they did, they gave us this nice letter. And this came directly from the CEO of Virgin Voyages. Long letter, thought out, just about the goals and congratulating us and shaping what's next, and a little bit about the spectacular soiree and all that. So I thought this was really special to have in the room. I want to laminate it. I got a little food or something on it here in the corner. It looks like some coffee, but I wanted to definitely keep this and laminate it. My sales manager, Ruel, is, in my opinion, the best sales manager Virgin Voyages has. And I don't know if this was something that all of them did or just he did for us. As far as his region, he covers all of Georgia. So we got these plaques with our name on it. It just says top 100, top 100 first mate for North America 2025. So love my plaque. We'll definitely be keeping that. But I got that before I got on the trip. But the robe that was just mentioned by Nicole is right here. So they actually allowed us to kind of come to our room and have these gifts laid out for three out of the 4 nights. We had gifts. Like, once they clean the room, we would come back to the room and there would be a gift. And this robe is heavy. It's like one of the wool terry ones. And I love the fact that it has the engraving here. So it says First Mate Top 100 2025 here on the front, y'all. Not cheap at all. I'm talking about heavy, nice robe. This beautiful cream color. And on the back, it says First Mate, which is what Virgin Voyages calls their travel agents. So I love, love, love this robe. Y'all know I am a robe girl. I screamed when I got this. I was so happy to have this. This is the perfect gift. And I've heard that they have never given out robes. So this was the perfect year for me to win. If I never get top 100 again, it don't matter, because I'm going to be wearing this robe. And they gave out the best gift they have ever given out this year. So love this. We'll definitely be wearing it. You guys will get sick of seeing it. So just be prepared to be sick of me. They also gave us on the last night this block of chocolate. And I saved it and I have not eaten it just so I can show you guys. But it's a premium sea salt caramel dark chocolate. Do y'all say caramel or caramel? Let me know. But I'm a caramel girl. So it also has like this message inside. Says Virgin Voyages. It just says, thank you for joining us on this year's soiree. Looking forward to an even sweeter 2026 because we're always brilliant for you. So cheers to seeing you here again in 2027. So we got some chocolate that I can finally eat because I showed you guys. Because I was like, if I eat it, I'm going to lose the box. So now we got that. And last but not least, we got this beautiful backpack. Y'all, and this backpack is quality. It's got like the thicker straps here. They have pocket and zipper up here. Thank you for the congratulations, guys. So they have like the zipper here, and it's like a, I don't even know what this material is, but you know, it's definitely soft. You can tell that they put some thought into this. It's not cheap at all. And this will be something that I will definitely be carrying around. And it also says First Mate Top 100 2025 here. So they did a really good job with the gifts. Honestly, I would not expect any less from Virgin Voyages. Actually, I'm going to screenshot this, and this is going to be the cover. All right. So I would not expect any less from Virgin Voyages than some thoughtful, amazing gifts that we can actually use. So I love, love, love that. Scuba. That's right. That's exactly what the material is. Thank you, Miss Callie. Good to see you here. I saw you in the other live when I was on the ship. So thank you guys. I see the congratulations coming in. Thank you, thank you. I am so proud of to this moment and accomplishing this. And one thing that was really special for me was I know that I'm really privileged and lucky to have my family. They've always been supportive of me. Like sometimes they wonder what I'm doing, but they've always been very supportive. And I know a lot of you guys, I don't talk too much about my story now, but I know a lot of you guys have been around. But I walked away from corporate America, honestly, with no plan. And kind of jumped into this. So it's been 4 years of just kind of finding my way. But like when we were out and looking at the ocean, my mom was like, I'm glad you left that job. So I won't say the name, but you know, she said that, and I was just really happy to hear her say that, because I know as a parent, she was probably like, you went to school, you got a master's, you had like a great job. I finally had started making money in my job, and it was just so stressful, and I just didn't feel like I was in the right place. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna step away. Actually, I took my first cruise, and I was like, you mean life can be like this, where I can feel this relaxed and this happy and not stressed? So I was supposed to just take off a little time and just explore the world, find myself, and go back into corporate. But here I am 4 years later, being able to, you know, be here with you guys, talk to you all on camera, and get this accomplishment. So it's been a lot to take in. It's been a very emotional couple days for me, just reflecting on some things and thinking about how different my life could have been. So I definitely feel blessed to be here. So thanks. Hey, Points Blank Experience, thank you for being here. Welcome in. Say what now? 6843. I like the name. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the congrats. So we have been on, let's see how long, 16 minutes. If you are here, please hit that thumbs up so they will push this live out. I don't think we need to hold what I want to tell you guys any longer. I told you guys we have a really big surprise. Just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about Top 100. I did not vlog it or film. I really couldn't. I just couldn't, with being there with my mom, being in the moment and trying to manage going to the events and everything. The vlog just didn't happen, but I do have some clips. So I'm going to figure out how I'm going to put them together and talk about the entire experience and share some stuff. And shout out to the other agents that made it, that you guys may be familiar with. Rich and Jazz were there from Rich and Jazzy Life. Life With Us TV, Lynette and Stanley. That was my dogs. They're my dogs. They were there. It's just really great to see them. Yasmin, who does the Black Peloton Riders group cruise on Virgin Voyages, she was there, so I got to meet her for the first time. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know I love me some Peloton. I'm a Peloton girl, so really happy to get to meet her and hoping to join one of those cruises. But without further ado, let's get into the big announcement. What is coming to the channel? What happened on the trip that I want to share with you guys? So, first night, I'm on the ship and I am at the welcome mixer and everything. I go with my mom. We're sitting like far away from everybody. And I'm like, look, we just here. We chilling. We don't have to really hobnob. Like, the shyness kind of kicked in for me. And my mom was like, no, you need to go and meet with the CEO. You need to go and meet everybody. And we need to be engaging with people. So, and mind you, I told you she is the introvert. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. So we go up. We meet the CEO of Virgin Voyages, and I get to telling him about how I started off as an influencer and just my kind of story and how the Virgin brand has kind of grown with me in entrepreneurship and all that. And some kind of way we get to talking about my content, and he's like, oh, you have a YouTube and Instagram. How many followers do you have and all that? And so he was like, okay, you want to do some content? And I'm like, not really, but because y'all, like, instantly, the only thing I could think of was just like the insecurities I had. I was like, I did not get my hair done for this trip because I told y'all I'm trying to learn how to swim. So I knew when I got back, I'm going into swim lessons. So I was like, I'm not doing my hair for this trip. I did not like buy any clothes or really do anything because I was like, I'm just here. I'm not here to be like the content and do all that other stuff. I just want to focus on the moment. So it was just so many things. I was like, I have not started my workouts I wanted to start. So it was just every kind of insecurity of like, I don't have enough followers or subscribers to qualify to do this. So I was talking myself out of it. But of course, if the CEO asks you to do content, you got to do content, right? So I was like, yeah, let's do it. So even after he said, let's do it, I'm thinking like, surely we're not going to really do this content. But then his assistant comes up to me, gets my information, and she's like, okay, just email me. We'll get you a time or whatever. We get a time. So y'all, I interviewed the CEO of Virgin Voyages, and the video is coming directly to this channel. We did a straight take, 13-minute video. He sat down with me and allowed me to ask any question I wanted to ask. He did not gauge or preview my questions, so he didn't know what was coming. But of course, I asked him some good stuff about solo travel. So, but yes, y'all, like I literally interviewed the CEO of Virgin Voyages. Now, mind you, I cover Woman Evolve. I've covered Woman Evolve twice. If you guys don't know, Sarah Jakes Roberts project, where I've been an influencer and been able to come in. I can always interview the people that are there, but I always feel like I'm not an interview type. I'm just to sit back and just chill. Let me be here at this event and share the experience. So I have never interviewed anybody in my life. I was terrified. Like the mic would not connect to my camera, so the sound isn't crisp like I wanted. We went to the award show right before my scheduled time, but the CEO has been so cool and like laxed around the ship that I was like, okay, he's probably gonna dress down. No, he was not dressed down. So I dressed down and interviewed. So it was like so many things. But I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be bad. Like I cannot believe that I was not prepared for this moment. I don't look how I want to look. I don't feel how I want to feel. But y'all, like at the end of the day, I went to the pool and I sat down with my headphones and I was just like, look, you have never been prepared for any moment that you have had in this travel world. I never expect for any video to get a lot of views. I never come in with the expectation to even make top 100. Everything I have done has been a product of God and timing and just what it was supposed to be. So I was like, if I got this opportunity, I'm supposed to be here, and whatever I feel, that's just got to go to the wayside. So I wouldn't talk to my mom. I wouldn't talk to anybody before because she was like, well, how do you feel? And I was like, don't ask me no questions. Don't ask me no questions about how I feel about it, because I'm like, all I want to do is just be in this moment, focus on my questions. Like I prayed and I was like, okay, what should I ask? And for me, I was like, I want to ask the CEO about the solo travel experience. I have been very serious about being an advocate and being a representative for solo travel. Even though I've traveled with my mom now, I've traveled with my sister. I love my group cruises. I love meeting you guys. I'm technically never really solo now on Virgin, but I wanted to make sure that I kept those questions focused and that I offered that perspective, because I think that's a perspective that a lot of people don't ask about or get to hear about. So he gave some amazing answers and some things that I did not even know. I will not spoil it. But like I said, there's no editing to the video. It's just a matter of I'm just holding it to figure out when exactly I want to release it. But it was just a great conversation. He was so down to earth. And he even talked about a little bit of Richard Branson's impact on the solo traveler program and how he personally like put his touches on it and reviewed it so that it would be a great experience for us. So it was an amazing opportunity, y'all. Like I have been holding that for like 3 days and I was like, I cannot hold it anymore. We're going live tonight and I gotta tell my people. So thank y'all for getting me in that room. Did my first ever interview with the freaking CEO of Virgin Voyages. So that'll be on the channel this week. I'm not gonna prolong it beyond this week. I would love to do a full recap before I put it out, but I don't think that's going to happen. So the video will be out shortly. But let me take a look at these comments here because I know I've been yapping. Thank you, everybody, for the congratulations. I appreciate it. Elise said, yes, love that for you. Yes, girl. Don't he do it? Won't he do it? All of that. Hey, Lynette is here from Life With Us TV. Welcome in, y'all. Lynette has been a lifesaver. Look, let me say this about Lynette. And I wanted to put the words together to tell her. But Lynette, you listening. So Lynette has been somebody that has been so helpful to me in this travel agent world. And a lot of times when you enter a space, you can feel like you don't have anybody to talk to. I've never felt that with Lynette. When I was going to Greece for the first time and Virgin was bringing me as an influencer, I had never flown internationally. That's to this day, that's my only time I have flown internationally. I did it myself and I was terrified. I reached out to Lynette and she told me about compression socks and she told me everything I needed to know and was willing to answer every question. So Lynette, thank you so much for just being you and for being a person who is just willing to help and, you know, is never worried about anybody taking your place. Because I mean, you the queen, so nobody can take it anyway. But just thank you for what you do. I had such a great time getting to see her and hang with her and Stanley for a little while on the cruise. But hopefully I get to see them soon, hopefully this summer. But just want to tell you, I truly, truly appreciate you. And if you have not checked out her channel, be sure to head over there because they give some amazing tips too. What's up? Let's talk ship. I have not seen you in a minute. I haven't been on TikTok. I got to slide over there to TikTok, but what's up? So good to see you. Lynette said, oh my God, my first interview with him, our mic wouldn't connect either. I'm sure you nailed it. Girl, okay, so I know that I'm in good company. If your mic didn't work the first time, that means that it's good luck. So maybe that means I get to come back next year and kill it. Because I think you told me that this was your third time interviewing him. So that's hilarious. That makes me feel better. I started to come and find you and be like, girl, can I get your mic? But I was like, I don't want to do anything to adjust this and mess it up. So the sound quality is not as crisp as I would have liked. You can hear the ship knocking a little bit in the background. I'm doctoring on the sound a little bit, but look, the interview happened. I was sitting there and you can hear him. That's all that matters. Hey, Team Reese Travels. Thank you for the congratulations. Thank you, guys. I knew you all would be so excited. And I think when you hear his responses to some of my questions about solo travel and how he feels about the solo traveler program, you'll see just why I rep Virgin so hard. Because many companies, of course, when it comes down to paying the double occupancy if you travel by yourself, many companies make solo travel kind of an afterthought. They see the wave, they've seen, oh, this is a popular thing, so let's make some spaces for them. Or let's create space so we can get the money because, you know, this is something that they want to do too. But Virgin came out the gate with a solo program. They came out the gate with these solo rooms and they had the forethought to say, you know, let's do something special for people who are coming by themselves. They matter too. And that's the thing I'll say, like, there's some other cruise lines, one in particular I'm thinking of that I really, really love the experience, but the way that they tax solo travelers and some of the ways that I feel like they don't really do programs or foster like places that make solo travelers comfortable is why I will never push them in that way. So it's unfortunate. So I think it was really good to get him to kind of talk about some of Virgin's thoughts behind it, as well as what that solo traveler program looks like today. Because y'all have been hearing me talk about it for 4 years. It's time to get some other people talking about it. But yeah, let's see what else we have here. Valencia, welcome in. Thank you. Oh, thank you for that message. You're always fantastic. We love all you do. Thank you. You can't wait until you are ready. Right, Nicole? You gotta go. You gotta jump. When it's time, it's time. Hey, Deanna. Thank you, Let's Talk Ship, for the I'm so happy for you. Thomas Family Adventures, welcome in and thank you. I love to see Black Travel Channel support and collab. Yes, like we gotta stick together. We gotta stick together. And I will say, when it comes to this community of Black travel creators, like everybody, even if we don't collaborate, like everybody is always so nice and just, you know, speaking to one another. I know a lot of times, like there may be creators. I actually watch very few creators on YouTube, which is funny. I don't watch a lot of YouTube, but I try to at least pop in, even if it's something that I know or I'm not interested in, just to kind of support and get some perspective. I'll hit a like. So I feel like the entire community is like that. So it's a very fortunate thing. And I just think cruise people are just the best people in the world. Like, we just are the chill people. The ones that are the real cruisers, they are chill people. So it's really easy to connect with them on that level. Points Blake Experiences said, what's up to Lynette and Stanley? Let's see here. Iris, what's up, girl? I just did my 7th Virgin Voyages sailing over Thanksgiving. Oh, that's right. You were on the one Sig was on. Well, I hope you enjoyed your, you did the sailing. I just did the 4-night fire and sunset soiree. So I hope you enjoyed your sailing. I know I was on the one right before you guys, and I had a great time. Let's talk about Scarlet Lady staff right now. So the staff that's currently on was on for Friendsgiving. And there is Yonel, who is part of the Happenings cast, as well as Tori. I keep wanting to call him Torian, but I feel like it's like Tori. Maybe I'm thinking of his Instagram name. But there are 2 guys. I'm going to make sure I get the name right, but I think it's Torian. They were so amazing to my group on Friendsgiving. And if you guys don't know, Virgin Voyages starts the staff, like when you come into Virgin as like a newbie. You begin on Scarlet Lady, which is the original ship, and you kind of work your way up and around to get into other ships. So this is their first stint on Virgin Voyages, and they're brand new, and the perspective, the excitement they bring, and the fun they bring is everything. We went to La Torria, and Yonel hosted there. Torian did the line dancing class. And so they are just a good time, good people, even the staff inside of the galley. So I did a video recently where I shared some things that you can eat around the ship if you're up at midnight. So I went to the galley and showed the burger spot and showed the 24-hour breakfast diner. Y'all, the staff behind the counter was just dancing, twerking in the video. And at first I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do with this video? They twerking in it, and I don't want to have to re-record it. So I kind of talked to them and I was like, hey, like, are y'all going to be cool with this going up on TikTok and possibly getting views? And they were like, yeah, let us know when it goes up. So they started following me. Video got like 13,000 views. And I was like, oh, goodness, please don't let these people get in trouble. But I walked through the galley and forgot that they were there. Before I know it, they come from around the counter and run and hug me. And that's the type of experience I have. And it's not because it's me. It's not because I have a camera. It's because when I'm solo, I have more opportunities to talk to the crew. So for me, it's nothing for me to go and just randomly need to talk to people after I've been in solitude all this time. So that's the type of experience that makes me push Virgin Voyages and makes me really happy to be a part of sending you guys on there, because the crew is always like that across the board. And so for these to be people that are new to the brand and new to everything, they aren't even familiar with the flow of like how you are supposed to be as a crew member. Like, that's why Virgin is always going to be it for me. Okay, wait a minute, I'm going to get it right. Kara, what's up? I always want to call you Kara, but I know it's Kara. So in my mind, I said I'm going to get it right. Hey, girl, that was another one that was here on Friendsgiving. So your light shines so bright, Jennifer. You put in work on the 2025 Friendsgiving and made us all feel so comfortable. You deserve it all. Oh, thank you. You know what? You all didn't even make it work. Like, y'all made it just fun. And that's one thing I could tell you about Friendsgiving. Like, the leading up to it, I'm always so nervous and I'm stressed, and I'm like, because I just want everybody to come and have a good time. Like, I'm like, y'all, I know that the $2,000, $1,500 that y'all spent, sometimes that's a lot of money to put out. I don't like putting out $1,500 to $2,000 on a cruise. But when you spend that kind of money, and for a lot of you guys, this is your one vacation of the year or one vacation in years, I want you to have the best experience. So once I get you on board, it's not work for me. It's just a good time. I honestly do feel like I have made 49, 50 friends before I leave. And, you know, it's just relaxing. Like, I feel so privileged. Like, I feel like y'all are tired of hearing me say it, but honestly, I feel honored to get to do what I do, because I know that, you know, this was not my life 4 years ago. I was working a job I absolutely hated. I did not like being around them people. I didn't like doing none of it. So to get to wake up and do this and talk to you guys, like, this is just love. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, everybody shouting out Life with Us TV. What's up, Shay? Yes, you did finally catch a live. I know. It's hard to catch me on live. I'm kind of here and I'm not. YouTube actually sent me something saying that they want to work with me personally to get me to do more lives. And I really just kind of pushed that email to the side. But I guess I need to get on a schedule, because we kind of got into a routine where I do a live at the beginning of the month each month, just kind of talking about some deals and what's going on with me. But we have not done that. I can't believe we're 13 days into the year either, y'all. Like, I guess with me being on the cruise and all the excitement around that, it's just been go, go, go. So we're going to have to do our January chat, and I'm going to have to show some last minute deals that you can hop on if y'all already go on a cruise. I already said yes, Sig, and I hung out. I'll be on the vlogs. Yes. Okay, I'm going to have to look for you on the vlogs. You guys, if you are just joining, please hit the thumbs up so they will push the live. There are 48 of you in here, 24 thumbs up, so please hit it. Hey, Lori, welcome in. Let's see. Engine number 9 said, I've always wanted to be a travel agent. Well, do it. Like, do it. Get started. It's some work. I will tell you that. I think for me, I always knew being a travel agent had to be some hard work. But some days I'm surprised by the amount of work I have to do. There are days that I wake up, I come and sit. I don't like being in my office. Y'all know I record sitting on my bed. I have a whole office. I actually have 2 rooms that I don't use in my house, and this office is one of them. But I get up some days, sit at this desk, and I'm here from like 9 in the morning to 10 at night, just trying to like make sure my clients have what they need, and you know that I'm booking people. Sometimes I'm calling to fix problems through Virgin's customer service. So you know it's a lot of work, but I'll say, like, if you have a genuine love for people, that's the biggest thing you need. Anybody can learn the process. Anybody can learn the rules of Virgin Voyages. Anybody can travel. Creating content it can be difficult. But if you get out of your own way, I feel like anybody can create content. But you have to have a genuine love of people to do this, because you are going to be talking to people that sometimes are not going to be pleasant. You're going to have to talk to people who have a lot of questions. And sometimes you're going to be like, I just said that. I just told you that last week. And so, you know, it takes a lot of patience, but if you can really love what you do, look at the bigger picture of the experience that they're going to get out of it, I think that you can be a travel agent. So go ahead and do it. Start doing a little research. Just make sure you research host agencies, choose the right one, and you can get it going. So if you ever have any questions, DM me on Instagram. I answer every DM. So DM me over there, and I'll be happy to answer questions for you. Gina, truth, I met a casino staffer on Valiant Lady last April during the Brilliant Lady tour in New York in September. It wasn't even a sale, and she saw me and ran in my arms like we were old friends. Gina, like, isn't that an experience? Thank you so much for sharing that. Like, I absolutely love to hear that you all are having that too. I'm actually pin that. I like that. So I love that you guys are having that experience too, because I think sometimes people look at me and they're like, yeah, you're always on the cruises, or they know you do vlogs, so that's why they treat you like that. Yeah, I be trying to be as low-key as possible. Like, that one thing about me, when I go into a space, a lot of times I will do like a trial run, like say it's a suitcase or something. I will buy it with my own money and try it out before I promote it, because I don't want anybody to give me a better experience than what the people that I am going to be talking about these products to. I don't want to get a better experience than them. And that was one of the things, like the Greece photographer for my Santorini dress photo shoot was talking about, because when I booked with him, I paid full price. I didn't even mention that I was on social media or anything. And we got to talking, like, as he was doing my photos, and he was like, you have a following that big, like, you would not believe the things that people come here and ask me for who have like a significantly smaller following than you. And I was like, it was because honestly, I want you to treat me like you would treat any other person. Because if I'm gonna recommend people to you, help you get money in your pocket, I'm not gonna send somebody to you and you be talking crazy to them, or you don't like treat them with respect. So that's really big to me. So I'm glad to see that Virgin treated you the same way, Gina, that you had an experience similar to mine. Because I try my best to be as low-key as possible so I can gauge it. And, you know, it's not always perfect, but sometimes you do get those unique experiences. Brenda, what's up from the 901? I got to get by Memphis. I have not been home, y'all, in 10 months. When I saw my mom, I could not believe I had not seen my mom in 10 months. I've lived in Atlanta 8 years, and I go home like 4 to 5 times a year. But last year, any cruise that I had an opportunity to get on, I was getting on it. So I did not go home at all. Didn't go home for Christmas because I knew my mom was coming January. So I missed Christmas. Friendsgiving was around Thanksgiving, so I didn't go home then. So I am long overdue for a visit to Memphis. But unfortunately, it can't happen right now because I'm on my staying at home break. I got to be at home too. So, but shout out to you. Thanks for checking in from Memphis. B.Easy said the best TA ever. Moving my room without me asking because you knew I wanted quiet. Be ready to book my Cairo cruise. What's up? Okay, I know exactly who you are when you said that. Yes. Yeah, so he actually went on a solo cruise. Look, I ain't gonna put your business out there, but he went on a pretty great solo cruise not too long ago. And some things had switched around on the ship. And I noticed it, and I was like, let me move his room, because he mentioned that he wanted quiet. His only, like, requirement was like, I don't care where you put me. I just want some peace and quiet. I was like, let me move you. So yeah, so I'm glad that you appreciated that. And he told me when he got back, he was like, I saw exactly what you meant. Yeah, that would have been loud. So I always try to take that into account when I book you. Of course, if you book the one of the lock-in air rates or the base, I don't get to choose your room. So if you book a cruise with me, I'm 99% of the time going to tell you, you need to go ahead and upgrade to essential so that I can move your room around, because it does make a difference. I had a room on deck 14, which was, it was a central room. So it was great because I could get to everything, but it's the floor that's right under the galley. So right under where the restaurant is, and they move the chairs through the night and do the cleaning and mopping. And it was also right under the gym. So I steer clear of 14 now. So I've had 2 instances on 14 where I've heard noise. If you're way at the end, you won't hear anything. But the one where I was under, that my 11 night sailing was the one that I was under the gym. And every time somebody dropped the weights, I could hear it. And I jumped. So I was like, yeah, we're not putting nobody there. So you'll see me move around and try different spaces on the ship so I can give you firsthand answers and experience. So I'm glad you appreciated that. And just know that if you book with me and you book essential or premium option, I'm going to tell you where you need to be on the ship. Feeling D, what's up? Welcome in, welcome in. You guys, please hit that thumbs up if you are here. Okay, good. We got a couple more. Thomas Family Adventures said, yes, 14 can be a hit or miss depending on where you are. Yeah, I've had a little bit too many misses from 14 where now I'm not putting anybody on 14 if I can help it. So even if you're booking yourself, I'll just go ahead and tell you, you really want to be somewhere at decks, I would say 9 to 12 or 13. I know a lot of people are superstitious about the 13th floor, but you really want to be somewhere between there because you want to have cabins above you and below you. You don't want to be near the club, which is on 7 or 6 and 7. You don't want to be near that pool area on 14. So usually that's kind of the sweet spot to get between those floors where you have cabins above you and below you. So okay, I don't see any more questions unless they're delayed. Let me refresh and make sure. But yeah, y'all, so really I just wanted to tell you about my interview with Nirmal, the CEO. Y'all, it was such an experience being there, and I just can't believe I was able to breathe, because when I get really excited, which y'all know I'm always really excited, when I get really excited, I talk really fast, I talk a lot. I'm always giggly and goofy, so that's a given. And I definitely did laugh in the video. And I was like, why was I laughing? But that happens. But I was able to like speak slowly, hold it together. And he is a great person to interview because he gonna talk. He gonna give you an answer, okay? I will say that. Like, I was worried because what they did was they give you a calendar slot. So I knew I would have somewhere between like 10 minutes. And so I was like, how many questions can I get answered in 10 minutes? Because you really don't know. And I didn't get to see anybody else do it before me. And so you go to the little room, which I just did the live in at the scene while I was on the 11-day sailing. I was telling y'all about the secret room. If you know about it, you know. So that's where they held the interview and everything. And I was able to just go in and we set up. I just set up the camera. He was like, do you have a mic? And I was like, no. My bad. No mic. And I was able to just ask him what I wanted to ask. So I'm excited for you guys to see it, and hopefully those of you who have been wondering about what the solo experience is like, hopefully it helps you to hear from him as well. I know that you guys trust what I say, but I mean, when you can kind of get it from straight from the CEO's mouth, I don't think you can get better than that. So yeah, let me see. I don't think we're frozen. Hey, shout out to the 50 of you in here. Welcome in, welcome in. We are just talking about Virgin Voyages Top 100 sailing, which I just returned from on Sunday. So 4-night sailing. We went to Key West into Bimini. Really great event. They held events for us every day of the sailing, gave us some cool gifts. Actually, since there's so many more of you guys in here, I'm gonna show you guys my gifts again. I'm sorry, I gotta show it out. I told you, y'all know I'm a robe girl. So the fact that we got these robes is everything. So it says first made on the back, which is what Virgin Voyages calls their travel agents. And on the front here, it says top 100 2025, first made at the top. But y'all, believe me, this robe is already tired of me. It hate to see me coming because I'm in it. Y'all know, like I don't be dressing up at the house. I be wanting to wear a robe. Like I am a luxury girl. Now I've been light on my drinks because I'm trying to really get in shape before we go to St. Lucia. I'm trying to really cut up doing these catamaran photos for Friendsgiving. So I've been trying to stick to my workouts, and that was something that was different this trip too. I am doing Couch to 5K. So another one of my goals for the year is to run, jog, quickly walk a 5K. Let me not even lie and tell y'all I'm gonna run it. But I want to complete a 5K this year. The last time I did it, it's been some years. So I'm doing a training program to get back to doing that because I have not run in a while. I have like knee injuries and all that. And y'all, I'm just old and lazy. So I've been doing that. So I had to go to the gym twice while I was gone on this trip. And they were giving us the champagne. And y'all know I be eating good on Virgin. But I was balancing it out. I was fighting it. I was drinking at night and running in the morning. Next gift, we have the backpack. So it has the engravement here. Just really adorable backpack. And I love the little hidden spots and the zippers in it. So I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to put in. I think I'm going to have to take it to Starbucks or something tomorrow. And I like that it has this little opening here. So this you can stick around your suitcase so that you can hold it there instead of having to put it on your back when you're traveling. But just such great gifts. And of course, I was showing you guys my chocolate, which I'm going to eat as soon as I get off of here. So they did a great job with the gifts. This is what they gave us in addition to giving us the cruise and bringing us out. And this is something that's really special because I don't know that any other cruise line does this for their travel agents, you know, at any level. So this was really special. Let's see here. Let's Talk Ship said, I can't wait to go on my first Virgin cruise this August to Alaska on Brilliant Lady. Oh, you chose a great first cruise to go on with Virgin. You are going, and the fact that you do photography, I'm telling you, I'm trying to come on that sailing. I have to get to Alaska this year. I don't want to pay for it. Like I told y'all, I'm cheap when it comes to these cruises, and I know it's not gonna be any last minute deals on Alaska, but I know I need to get to Alaska to talk about the experience and see. Because honestly, I do feel that there's another cruise line I have in mind that I think does Alaska really, really well. So I'm curious to see what I think of the Virgin experience. I've never been. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about going to a cold place on a cruise, because I mean, I'm just thinking like, why would I want to do that? So hopefully I get to Alaska this year. I've seen some of the excursions. They are like the helicopter tours, the sledding, and the trains, and I mean, y'all, you do everything out there in Alaska. So that is going to be a great first Virgin cruise for you to go on. And Brilliant Lady, I know I've not been able to talk about it. I just got off. I did my first Brilliant Lady sailing December 7th through 18th. So that was the 11th night. And y'all, Brilliant has the best shows. And I'm not just saying that. Those shows, there's one called Red Hot, which outlines Richard Branson's story. And it talks about some failed businesses, his successful ones. And you have dancers that come out in between. But it's all themed around the Virgin Records deal. So you have like the performers performing Janet Jackson's song, Rhythm Nation. You have them doing, who else was on there? Like, I'm sure it was like a Beastie Boys, Beatles, one of them. Oh, y'all would eat me up that I don't know the difference. But one of them folks, whoever was with Virgin, they of course they did some Spice Girl songs. I know those. So they performed the songs in between, kind of telling this story. So phenomenal show. And they would not let you record in those shows. So I couldn't get a preview for you guys even if I wanted to. But I did take a picture of the setup just so you could see it. There's another show called Out of Time. And y'all, I'm not a show person. When I tell you, like, I am not a theater person. I'm only type of show I'll go to is a concert. So for me to want to go to a show multiple times, like I tried to go to these shows multiple times, but the lines were outrageous. So if you are going on Brilliant Lady anytime soon, I will tell you the shows are a big hit on board, and you may have to get lined up and go see them about 45 minutes to an hour early. Like, to be honest, I was there an hour early every time. So, because I really wanted to see the shows because I didn't know when I was going to be back on Brilliant for that level of time. So, great shows. Definitely go check out the shows on there. Rojo is delicious. That's the restaurant that changed out with Razzle Dazzle. So, you chose an amazing first Virgin ship to do on top of getting to see Alaska. That's like, you can't beat that. And depending on when you're going in August, actually, the last sailing will be part of the Eat and Drink Festival. So they'll be having some special menu items anyway. So that's why I'm kind of teetering between, do I want to get on Virgin August or September? But I need to get on one of those times to do that festival. Hey, Cywood60, thank you for the congratulations. You guys are talking about the nice gifts. Let me know. I'll send you my itinerary. Yeah, send it to me. Because I do want to know. Headed to Alaska on NCL this year. I know Virgin going there is going to be nice. Ooh, enjoy NCL. That's one I need to get on this year too. And that was another thing. Everybody has been talking about how I switched, not only do Virgin. Y'all, I only do what I can afford and what I get a deal on. So Virgin just happened to have more last minute deals and opportunities. They did this like crazy thing the year before last where if you sold 5 sailings as a travel agent, they would give you like a free sailing, like of some select dates. And I happened to book a lot of people on the 2-day sailing that they offered. So that's how I sailed a lot of the time. So a lot of it for me, like I'm still in the financial raise with you all. Like I ain't balling like that, not yet. So when Norwegian has a really good deal, which I've been seeing a couple of them pop up, they had a good last minute Alaska deal last year, but the flights to get to Seattle were so expensive that I couldn't do it. But I found like a $300 sailing going to Alaska with Norwegian. And it was a solo, like one of the solo cabins, and I was all for it. I was like, I don't care. I will go. So that's why you guys haven't seen me on other cruises. This year, I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional and spread them out. I'm going on one that I'm very, very, very excited about. I am not going to drop that tea today because we dropped the tea about the CEO interview that's coming out. So I ain't going to tell y'all where I'm going, but it should be my next cruise. I'm not cruising for the next 40 days or so. So my next cruise is one that I am very excited about, and it's not Virgin. So that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say because y'all know I can't keep a secret. I'm in Memphis. I got to go on one of your groups. Last laugh. Yes, you do have to, especially a Memphis. I had a girl last year who was from Memphis but lived in Dallas. So I really want my Memphis people, like my home cousins, come on out to Florida and get on one of these ships. And let me talk about that. So if you don't know, Friendsgiving has been announced for this year. This year is the first year that I'm doing 2 separate sailings. So there's a Friendsgiving sailing that is November 7th through 14th. And that one we are going to St. Lucia, St. Martin, Martinique, Barbados, and St. Kitts. I can't believe I got all of them out. But that's going to be a 7-night sailing. It leaves out of San Juan. A phenomenal sailing, believe it or not. Like I'm actually shocked because it's 7 days, but that one has more bookings for me right now than the other sailing. If you want a solo inside, there are a couple of them left, like very, very few. So if you want a solo inside, jump on it quickly. The pricing starts at $1,500, if I'm not mistaken, before gratuities. So really good deal to get on a 7-day sailing and go to those amazing ports. Of course, with my Friendsgiving group cruises, if you're solo, if you're a couple, if you're booed up, whatever, you're welcome to join. Join us for events. Don't join us for events. Just come get the group perks, whatever you want. You're welcome. You're invited, as long as you got good vibes, because we always have good vibes in these groups. So that's the first sailing. The second sailing is the one that I really created and pushed for my first timers. And I think that it would be a better sailing if you are new to Virgin Voyages or new to solo travel in general. That sailing is going to leave out of Miami, and it's a 5-night that is November 23rd through 28th. It actually is over Thanksgiving. So you can be away from home over Thanksgiving if you want to. If your family got on your nerves this Thanksgiving or Christmas and you were like, you know what, I ain't doing this no more. If you want to start your own tradition, you're tired of being the one at home cooking, come on this Friendsgiving sailing. We always sail sometimes around Thanksgiving, but it's rare that it actually falls on Thanksgiving. But this sailing is on Thanksgiving. So I feel like Thanksgiving is actually a sea day too. So for that sailing, we're going to go to Ocho Rios, Jamaica, and we're going to go to Bimini, Bahamas. So we'll be going to Virgin Voyages Beach Club out there in Bimini. You guys have seen it in my videos. If you haven't, check it. Just about every video I go there. So I've been like 13, 14 times, but I still love it and will go in a heartbeat. I just went 2 days ago, and my mom was there. She was like, well, do you want to see this, see that? And I was like, you know what? If you're ready to go, we can go, because I have seen Bimini, but I love it. I love the food they serve out there, the vibes, the pool party, all of that. So you can do that. And then in Ocho Rios, Jamaica, we're still working out what the group excursion will be. The good thing about my cruises is whatever you want to do, you can do it. So I always put an option out there for a group excursion, but you don't have to join it. But if you want to join it, you can. So I actually just did that sailing myself. I had never been to Jamaica, so I just went for the first time during that 11-day sailing I was telling you guys about, and it was beautiful. The people were so nice. Of course, I got me some jerk chicken out there. It was just a vibe. Like, Jamaica had me sitting on the beach singing, thanking God. Like, I was over there really singing spiritual songs sitting on the beach. Now, I did have me a couple of drinks too, so we kind of balanced it out. But I went to Ocho Rios, so I got a day pass to the resort out there, and you know, they did a shuttle, took me over there. But Jamaica just felt different, and I say that I've said that about Jamaica. I've said that about St. Lucia, and it was somewhere else I've been. I think it was Barbados. There's some places you go and it just feels familiar. Like you've never been before, but it feels like home. And I don't know if I have any Jamaican roots. Hopefully I do. But something about Jamaica just felt very familiar, very comfortable. And Jamaica is honestly one of those places that for me was like New York, where you hear like so much negative and you see so many videos of people sharing like the negative of that place. And it was like when I got there, I know now when I travel places that people be lying, and people, you know, they're going to share their opinion. A lot of times they're going to share what they've heard. But when I got to Jamaica, it just felt peaceful. It felt like home. It was just beautiful. The greenery, the water, it just was nice. So I'm looking forward to getting to go back with you guys for Friendsgiving, especially for my first timers, because I think that that's going to be a really, really nice port to go to. Leah said, I also like Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic is beautiful too. And I like Virgin's port there. So if you want to do a sailing with a port where you don't have to get an excursion and there's like genuinely things to do at the port, I would say go to the Dominican Republic with Virgin to Taino Bay, because they have a lazy river out there. There are like all these restaurants that are right at the port, and it's really confined and locked in. So as a solo traveler, you feel safe and you don't feel like, you know, you're with a lot of local people that can just kind of walk up and like, you know, the vendors, they try to get you to buy stuff. And that can be really overwhelming when you're traveling solo and you're trying to navigate and figure out things. But Dominican Republic, Taino Bay is nothing like that. So go to that one. That's a great first trip too, if you don't do the 4-day sailing with Virgin. Let's see here. Been on 4 Carnival cruises. Last lap, so I've been on 4 Carnival cruises. wait a minute, last from your tips by you of where to stay in Miami. I think you're saying you stayed some of the places that I did in Miami. So yeah, thanks for taking those recommendations. If you need some recommendations of places to stay in Miami, unfortunately, one has fallen off of my list because of my experience I just had. So I will no longer be recommending one that I did in the past. But Yotel and Citizen M are phenomenal for solo travelers. If you're with somebody, well, Yotel has double beds, but they're a little small. But if you're a solo traveler, I'm going to say Citizen M. They have a Brickell location. They have a South Beach location. And there's one more. I think they call it World Center because it's directly across from the Kaiser Center where the Miami Heat play. Though that's going to be one of my top recommendations. That entire brand is good, and you can usually get some good prices if you start early. Everything is expensive right now for some reason. But Yotel Miami, great hotel, beautiful, beautiful pool. Very safe, key card access to get to every floor. And so those are some of the things I look at when I refer places or recommend places for you guys, because I know we're traveling solo and it can be scary to do anything solo. So you want to get a hotel that requires key cards, and you want to get hotels that treat your solo travelers well, have food available or are close walking distance where it's safe for you to get food, because you don't want to have to navigate a lot. And all those places are right by the port, like no more than like a 10 to 15 minute Uber ride to the port. Probably less, to be honest. Let's see, I want to do Alaska and Mexico. Miss Callie said, hoping Virgin adds Asia. Ooh, Asia would be a big one. I don't know. So Virgin has said that, y'all know the 4 ships they have are pretty much identical right now. They said they're not done with the ships though. Like they've kind of alluded to it. They don't want to announce it fully, but I've heard them kind of make a little statement that, they aren't done. So I think that they're waiting to see what happens kind of with them having these 4 ships. And they've added, Alaska is new this year, New York, California, with Brilliant going through the Panama Canal, that's new. They just added the San Juan sailings and all of those last year. So they're constantly adding things on. I would like to see them go to like a Galveston, Texas, because I feel like they keep adding ships out there. The other cruise lines do, and like Galveston, Texas is getting Icon of the Seas, which I think is huge. So I would like to see them do like that port. I would love to see Virgin go to Hawaii. Hawaii is where I want to go. So would love to see them add that. So but we'll just have to keep watching. Y'all know if I hear anything, I'll let you know. But we'll just have to keep watching what they do. Of course, the schedule is open now through 2027. Which brings me to another exciting announcement. It's not a private announcement. It's just one that's out there, but Virgin has announced that one of their Greece sailings is going to go to Cairo, Egypt. So very happy about that, but a little split on it because it actually happens in June. You guys have been asking me to host a group cruise in Greece. I had to get my business structured in order and all of that, so I can finally host a group cruise in Greece now. And I was going to announce that for 2027 once we got through the wave of Friendsgiving. Because with there being 2, that's been a lot of booking, and with me traveling back to back each month, it's been really difficult for me to maintain. Because y'all, it's just me. When you book a cruise with me, you're talking to me, you're emailing me, like you're literally working with me. So it had been a lot, so I didn't want to announce Greece just yet. But Virgin chopped up the schedule, added a 10-night sailing that goes to like Santorini and Mykonos, and then it's going to go to Cairo, Egypt. So Virgin is entering Egypt. It's one particular sailing. It happens June, and it's 10 days. I think it's like the 10th through the 20th of June of 2027. So big deal there. That will not be my group trip, but I do intend to be on that sailing if possible. It is not a cheap one. So that's why I said, if possible, I intend to be on it. And I want to add it as a sail with me. So if you are bold enough to do 10 nights, a lot of you guys asked me after my experience with the 10 night I just did, would I do 10 or 11 nights with Virgin again? The answer is yes, but it's got to be a lot of ports, and it's got to be a special one like going into Egypt. So that's going to be the only way you get me doing 10 days again, because that was a lot. And I love Virgin, and that was too many days. So really excited about that. But yes, we will have a group cruise in 2027 going to Greece. You'll have to fly to Athens. Of course, you'll have to have a passport. It'll be going to Santorini, to doing an overnight in Mykonos, Rhodes, Greece, and Belgium, Turkey. So really great itinerary. One that I did 2 or 3 years ago now. Just unbelievable itinerary. I go back and forth with if that's my favorite sailing I've done or the one with St. Lucia and Barbados that we're doing for Friendsgiving. I go back and forth. They're both totally different experiences, but just beautiful places to be and places that you can only dream of seeing. So great to be able to do them by cruise, and I'm excited to get to do that with you guys. The information will be coming out soon. I know y'all are gonna harass me. I shouldn't have even announced it because y'all gonna be like, did you announce Greece yet? And I'm gonna tell you no. Like, you'll know when Greece comes out, but I have to get Friendsgiving behind me because both of those two are taking me out. I'm booking so many of you guys for both of them. So I don't think I anticipated so many people coming on both trips. So it seems like you're going to be 2 well-attended group cruises this year. Let's see. Lori said, what about, where did the message go? What about Grayson Hotel in Miami? Yeah, Lori, I can no longer recommend Grayson. I just went and I didn't have the best experience. I have reached out to them directly. I think that they're a beautiful hotel. Hopefully my experience was a one-off, but I don't feel comfortable recommending them anymore. Valencia said, World Center Citizen M is great. A few blocks from Bayside Marketplace with great food and entertainment. Yes. So I wanted to stay in that one. And that's where I started to take my mom, was to that World Center Citizen M. But since they only had 1 bed, I was like, I don't think I want to do it. So I just wish they had multiple beds there. But if you're a solo traveler, that hotel is great in walking distance. Let's see. Nicole said, does Virgin only leave from Miami? No, so they leave from Miami, San Juan. They have Brilliant Lady, which is leaving from New York. Well, Brilliant Lady left from New York. Next year to be Valiant Lady. So New York, they have some California sailings coming up. If you're close to the West Coast or want to jump on Virgin Voyages for the first sailing out of California, I will be there. I'm hosting a sail with me. It's just a voyage where you come and spend time with me. It's not one of my big group cruises, but I have about 15 people that are going to join me. I booked my flights for LA today, y'all. I'm the queen of last minute flights because I'm so cheap. And they always get expensive on me. But LA, I knew I could not play with. So I booked my flights for LA today. So I'm going to be on that very first sailing out of there April 7th through 12th. So if you want to join me in LA or you're on the West Coast, reach out to me. I would love to help you guys book that one while that ship is there. It will be there from April until like the end of May. And then it will go to Seattle where it will start doing the Alaska sailing. So but yeah, Virgin is moving around and adding more ports. Of course, they also, in addition to those U.S. ports, sail out of Athens, Greece, and Barcelona, Spain. So definitely not cheap, right? Yeah, them sailings are not cheap. Let's see. Harlem NY said yes, Hawaii. Yes, that's what I said. I really want to do Hawaii. I've heard that it's similar to St. Lucia, like as far as with the greenery and the views you see. And y'all, St. Lucia was beautiful. Go back and look at my video if you've not seen it yet. I almost be mad at those videos because the video just does not do it justice. So I went in the month of March, and the wind was so cool. And it was just the smells, just all of it. But for those of you that's coming on Friendsgiving, we are getting this catamaran excursion I did in St. Lucia. So let me tell y'all what this excursion was like. So they started off putting us on the catamaran, and this was booked directly through Virgin. They put us on the catamaran, and we rode out, and you have a guy that's kind of talking and telling you about the Pitons and about St. Lucia history, and it's just very calm. Everybody's just kind of chilling. The music is like down low. You chilling, you ride out. You get to the very end, and there's this beach that looks like it's shallow, but it's actually pretty deep once you get in it. I was on my tippy toes, and y'all know I'm 5'9" or 10. The running joke is I'm actually 5'10", which might be the truth. But anyway, we get down there, you get off the catamaran, and the catamaran is parked in the middle of the ocean. So it's not at the end, which is why I told y'all I got to get on my swimming because I want to be able to get off and swim this thing and jump in. So You get off the catamaran, you get to spend time on the beach. There are people that are riding around on little boats selling seashells and trying to sell stuff. Like, there's some hustlers out there. I can't even lie. They own the little rowboats, like the stuff you see on TV, but the water is clear and beautiful, and you're chilling out there. So then you get back on and you ride back to shore. And the ride back, I guess because we had to get off, they wanted to make sure we were cool. But during the ride back, they gave us like rum cake. They giving us all this rum punch. Y'all, strong rum punch. And you're riding on the catamaran with the wind blowing. They start playing line dances. They're playing music. And I mean, everybody's just dancing, having a good time, getting more and more lit during this ride back. And that's not even the end, because afterwards, and you could switch up where you could do the second part first versus doing the catamaran first. But for us, we did the catamaran first, and they took us to this little island area where we rode in an open top Jeep, and they drove us through like the mountains, and you going up these steep hills, and you already had this rum punch, so you a little scared going up these hills. But, you know, they're talking to you, they're showing you banana trees. And so it's just a whole experience. I don't want to ruin it, but I can't not talk about it. So that's what I want us to do on Friendsgiving and what I'm most looking forward to this year. So if you do one of those San Juan sailors that goes to St. Lucia, definitely check out that excursion. It's called Jeep and Beach Bum Combo. It could have that name. It could have some other kind of name. But if you book with me and you ask me, I'll be glad to help you. Let's see. My last Miami stay was at the jail Miami before it was. Oh, is that what your hotel used to be? I didn't know that it used to be something else. Let's see. Marcia said, can you help me with the West Coast trip? It's just me. Absolutely. Email me. Email me at TheJennDanielle@gmail.com. I'm going to put it right here. Y'all see how I'm learning how to open multiple things on my computer instead of messing up the live like I always do? I'm like, clap for me, because I'm good to mess up a live. So I'm going to pin my email. Email me, and I'd be glad to help you do any cruise with Virgin Voyages, and we can definitely talk about doing the West Coast one. But it is coming up. It's right around the corner. So, of course, since we're so close, payment would be due in full for it. But I think it's going to be a great sailing. And the last time they did one of the first sailings, when they took the ship to Miami, Khalees was on, and they had like a whole performance. So they have been doing different performances and special things for these, what they call mermaidens, the first sailing out of each place. So being that they're going to LA, I'm like, they got to show out for LA. I'm hoping Richard Branson is on, which, by the way, I've been seeing videos, y'all. Richard Branson has randomly been on Brilliant Lady. Like, he just hopped on and did an 11-day sailing with them. And he was walking around the ship. I saw pictures of him with his pajamas on, walking around. He's just sitting at the table, chilling and eating and just having a good time. And I'm like, what kind of company is this? Like, this is the level of, like, I'm so impressed. I am just so impressed from, like, the head down. Like, how many times do you see the Richard Branson, who created Virgin Records? Like, I love Virgin Voyages, and I think Virgin Voyages is amazing. But as a music fan, Virgin Records, just walking around the ship, chilling. I think I saw him with no shoes on, walking around somewhere on the steps. People were taking pictures with him. He doesn't mind if you come up to him. And the two ships met at sea, so I think Scarlet was out across the ocean from Brilliant, and he got him on the microphone and said hey to everybody and told them to enjoy their voyage. So, I mean, this company is special. Like, they got something special for sure. So I thought that was so cool, though, that he was just on a random sailing. Like, there's a sailing in March. If you want to sail with him, it's called Richard's Celebration Voyage or Red Hot Voyage or something. So he does that once a year, but he just randomly is on Brilliant Lady. I mean, he might be off now, but he was on a couple days ago. All right. Thanks, girl. Reach out to me. All right, y'all. Do y'all have any questions? I guess I have been on over an hour now. So I'm happy to answer any questions. We will come back and talk about the deals of the month. If there are any other solo deals we can find for the last minute. I will say we are still in the midst of what Virgin calls wave season, which is technically kind of still the Black Friday sale. So if you are looking to book a Sea Terrace balcony room, you can score some free bar tab, which is the drink kind of voucher. I've seen $150 on mini sailings. It depends on the length of your sailing and which one you do. So you can get some free drinks. If you book a sailing that's more than 120 days away with me and it's a balcony cabin, you can get $100 in onboard credit. So you can rack up some pretty good stuff. And the onboard credit I like because you can use it for drinks or for anything else. So you get $250 to just spend extra on the ship. So it can go towards excursions. It can go towards anything. So yeah, be sure to reach out to me. Now is the best time to book. I will say Virgin does not do a lot of price drops. So it's not going to be a situation where you say, oh, I'm going to wait and I'm going to see what I can get last minute or just keep holding out till the deals get better. This is going to be the best deal that you're going to get no matter what sailing you're trying to do, be it it's next year in 2027 or if it's, later on in the year. This is the time to do it. So don't wait if you have a plan. And especially if you want to sell during the holidays, because I saw this year for the first time, the New Year's selling sell out, Christmas, all of those holidays that we normally can just freely get on at the last minute and decide, you know what, I think I want to do something for the holidays. Think about it now, plan for it now, because now is the best time to get that right. And we are long gone from the days where you can just hop on Virgin Voyages and expect there to be space. These sailings sell out every time now. Like it's so rare that they don't sell out. So start thinking about it, start planning ahead. And the good thing is, if you do want to do something around the holidays, Virgin always requires payment in full up to 120 days before your voyage, so you can make payments. So Virgin has payment plans. It's very easy when you book with me where you can log in and make your payments as you want to. So it's just very easy to do. But start thinking about what you want to do for the holidays or start thinking about your 2027 plans now. And definitely if you celebrating like a birthday or something that you want to do this year, definitely jump on that because it might not be available if you keep waiting. Hi, TJ's Destinations. Welcome in. Hey, Michelle. I saw your comment. Come somewhere. Lori said, do more lives. Love your vlog. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that feedback. I am going to have to get better with doing more lives. Yeah, I'd be nervous on live. I think I won't have anything to talk about, but I talk a lot. So I need to do more of them and get more comfortable. So YouTube said I need to. Last Lab said, how do I become an agent? That's my biggest question. The short answer is that you sign up with a host agency and you want to get a good one that is going to kind of nurture you and guide you into the right direction. I wouldn't recommend starting from scratch. There's something called a host agency. You join under them and they already have relationships with all of the travel brands so that you can begin taking trainings and book with them. But I did an entire live about it somewhere on my channel. I don't know if I'll be able to find it and tag it here, but I did a live where I spoke in detail because there's a lot to it. It's not a whole lot, but I just want to make sure I give you a thorough answer. So be sure to look for that live that's on my channel. It was probably done like 4 months ago. But let me see. If you message me on Instagram, I can send it directly to you, but I can't get it to pull up here. But the short answer is join a host agency. And from there, they can train you and help you with how to begin to book clients on each cruise line or all-inclusive or whatever you desire to do. Alicia said, do you have a preference cabin types? What are your recommendations? So I'm always going to say the sea terrace is my favorite. So the balcony cabin is always my favorite. I love the hammock. I love the space in it. And I just love being able to have my personal space on the balcony because some days I'm not very social and I like to be able to just go out. I'm a like morning watch the sunrise girl. And if I can just keep my robe on and not get dressed and go out to my balcony and do that, I'm gonna do it every time. But I also really like the inside cabins. With other cruise lines, I typically do inside cabins just because you get really, really good sleep. I love to save money, so I like if I can catch a last minute deal, it's usually going to be on an inside room. So I like those as well. You just kind of have to be prepared and know, like, if you're someone who spends a lot of time in your room, you may not like being in that inside room because you don't have any sunlight and you're kind of forced to leave it. I actually like putting solo travelers in their room because I know that you're going to be forced to leave your room and go and talk and go and enjoy the ship. So those two would probably be my favorites. So like if I'm on a budget, I would say an inside room or solo inside room. The solo is just a little bit smaller. It has a little bit of a different setup, but those are going to be my preferences for that. But if you have the money to spend or you want to give yourself the ultimate vacation or celebrate something, I'm going to say go with the sea terrace balcony cabin option. Actually, I've never stayed in. There's also a sea view that has a window. I've never stayed in one. I've tried, but they're so limited that I can never seem to get one on the ship. I've seen it. It looks cool, but honestly, I just feel like if I'm going to have a window, what's the point? Like, I might as well get a balcony. So, it doesn't open or anything. So that's why I'm like, I'm not really big on the sea view rooms. Greenfly said, I think Virgin is accepting status match applications right now too. Yes, they are. And they're accepting status match for hotels, other cruise lines, and everything. So if you do have a status match, just let me know. I will advise you, like, this is something that we have to do before you book. So you have to be getting ready to book a cruise with Virgin Voyages, and we have to submit your status match information before you book in order for it to apply. And what it will be is you will get the blue extras perks automatically, and it's just on that your one next sailing, you'll have to earn the status for the others. So with that blue extras perk, you get a daily specialty coffee. So it'll be like you can go to the coffee bar and get a mocha or get like a caramel latte or whatever. So you can do that. And it's one per day. You also get a free bag of laundry done. And y'all, wash and fold laundry, it's a huge, huge bag. You just have to go through and write a list of what's in your bag and what you want washed. They'll bring it back to you within 24 hours. So you can either go home with clean clothes, or like I did on my longer sailing, I ended up only bringing enough clothes for like 7 days. And so for my last 4, I repeat, and they washed everything for me, which is really nice. And they also do an hour-long cocktail party one night of your sailing, and they have like an open it's not open bar because they walk around with the trays of champagne and sangria, and they have some of the best sangria that you can find at the dock. So they walk around with that, and it's all you can drink. I did find out this last sailing for the first time. This is the first time I experienced this at Sail Away. With the champagne, it used to be that you could like ask them for 2, but they've gotten a little stingy on the champagne at Sail Away, I found out. So I asked for 2, and they were like only 1 at a time. So I don't know if I was cut off or what, but I will say at that cocktail party, they will definitely keep bringing you champagne. But when it comes to that Sail Away party, just keep in mind now that it's not as free flowing as it used to be. I'm sure it got costly for them. Somebody, it's always somebody who did something outrageous, which is why they cut back. So good night, Lynn. Thanks for joining. Let's see, have you done any of those comedy cruises? I'm curious as to what they are like. No, I haven't. So they just had their first one. And Michelle, who is in the comments, was actually there when some more was on. So she went. Hopefully she's still here. She can kind of talk about it. But I asked her about it, and she mentioned that it was packed. So it was really difficult to get into. It's probably going to be a situation like what I mentioned with Brilliant Lady, where you're going to have to get there really, really early and line up in order to get a good seat. So they did fill up. I think if I remember correctly, Michelle did say like the comedians were good. It was just hard to get into those shows because, their venues, they're a good size, but when everybody wants to go, it's difficult to get in there. So hopefully they're going to do a little bit of maneuvering with the traffic of that and work on a little bit of that. But I would love to go to one of those comedy sailings, but unfortunately they announced it late. It's in New York, which I'm like, New York is like the comedy place, so I know it's going to be great. But they announced it, and my LA trip is during the same time frame, so I can't go this year. But hopefully they start to do more of those because they really did bring headliners for the last one, which was good. And I will say, I love comedy, but I have had such a bad track record with comedians on these cruises where they just weren't funny to me. And maybe my sense of humor is off, but I'm like a Cat Williams girl. I love me some DC Curry, George Wallace. Like I love comedians from like that time frame. So I'm a little bit of a stiff flirt for comedians, and I'm a little strict with them. I ain't gonna lie. I like really good comedy. So The fact that they bring bigger headliners, I think is good for those comedy sailings. But even the people that they've been having on my most recent sailings have been good. They had a comedian on Scarlet Lady this time, and they had one on the sailing from the Brilliant Lady when I did, and that comedian was good too. So hey Chantel, welcome in. Any of those specialty cruises are booked to capacity very quick. Yep, that's true. You definitely motivated me last year. My first time was last year going on a cruise, and I've been on one. Look, that's what I'm talking about. Last, like 4. Oh, 4. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying it like that. But all right, y'all. I guess I'm gonna get ready to go to bed. Like I said, it's just been nonstop since I got home, so I'm kind of looking forward to going to bed. But I gotta figure out how to edit this video because we gotta get this interview out with me and Nirmal, the CEO of Virgin. So I gotta see if I can tweak the sound a little bit. But if not, it just is what it is. We're gonna get this video. I appreciate you guys again for booking with me. I appreciate you for hanging with me because we've been here a long time. We're 83 minutes. So we've been here a minute today. So thanks for joining. Thanks for coming in to hear the big news. Always appreciate the support. Reach out to me at TheJennDanielle@gmail.com if you want to book a Virgin cruise. I always work on referrals. So if you know somebody that may want to go on a cruise or that Virgin would be good for, send them my way as well. But y'all have a good night. I will see you guys back soon. I promise I'm coming back to talk about deals for the month and just do the January video. So see y'all. Thanks for joining.